Hi, welcome to my channel. I am Ren, and today was an amazingly beautiful day. I'm like shocked. I even had a nice little pleasant walk today, and made it to my appointment on time. It was just a really good day. It's a good day. I just had all this extra energy, so I'm like, okay, what better than to go for a walk? And dinner tonight was going to be leftovers, but then I decided, well, I kind of want to use some things up in our fridge before they go bad because I don't really like to buy a bunch of fresh produce and just let it go to waste. I mean, that's kind of silly. So it was kind of odds and ends, I guess. Odds and ends. It was like melons and asparagus and yeah, just odds and ends. So yeah, it was good for dinner. Healthy, of course. I am going to be doing leftovers for tomorrow, and the cats are here today because they're waiting patiently. But yeah, today it it made me feel like I don't know. It's just when you get out and about and you start doing your errands and you start making two appointments and doing stuff and like before when you would actually like miss appointments because you just couldn't get out of bed and stuff. It makes you really appreciate that and to be able to go out and do that. And that's kind of what today feels like. And when I got home, I had all this energy. So, they basically cleaned out my fridge, walked around the block a few times. Um, yeah, it used the energy in a positive way to improve my life. That's how I looked at it. Giving myself a goal. I feel I'm healthy enough now that I can do swimming, so I feel that I should start swimming by Wednesday of next week. So that's my goal, my main goal. Yeah, I still have my little goals every day. And I'm thinking also like I'm kind of wanting to make my mom's tuna recipe. It's my mom's tuna salad recipe. Here's the one. It has basically mayonnaise, of course, and then it has tuna and onions and dill pickles and like chopped up dill pickles and then a little bit of the dill pickle juice and peas. Sounds crazy, but it's actually really good and nutritious, especially if you use like light mayo when you make it. Um, I like it, and when I make it, it lasts a few days. The cats like when I make it because then they drink the juice out of the can. But they kind of get tuna every night anyway, so don't let them fool you. The meows are lies. But yeah, I kind of want to eat. I kind of want to make that. I'm thinking that might be something that I'll make mm, maybe next week. I'm not sure. I always like to try to put semi of a uh, like things. I don't know. Just kind of do like a menu. That's what I'm thinking of. Like a menu for roughly what I want to make that day and go through that. And I'm also wanting to try like a lettuce wrap with the tuna salad to keep it on a low carb side. And because there's so many calories in bread. There's a lot of calories in bread. And I'm just thinking like ways to keep it more healthy and fresh and try it that way. You don't have to like it, but always doesn't hurt to try. And I'm thinking about doing that. Now, of course, my partner's obviously going to go for a regular sandwich form, and by all means, do that. But I was going to try it with the wrap when I do. Keep it, healthier. I I was going to use fat-free mayo, but I haven't been able to find fat-free mayo. I've even looked on Amazon, so if you know of a place where you can get fat-free mayo, let me know, because, yeah, no, nowhere. I live in the South. We're lucky we get reduced fat mayo here. True story. I, uh, I think my doctor is saying, yeah, you have a little bit of high cholesterol, but you live in the South. I'm surprised it's not higher because everybody has high cholesterol in the South. I'm like, oh, well, that's good to know. Good to know. Not high enough to be worried about, though. That's what they said. That's why they were surprised. I'm like, oh, well. Proof that I am doing what I'm supposed to? I don't know. I do try. It's not perfect, especially when like areas that you live in. It- what people tend to eat in regional areas, some are healthier than others. I'll admit this. So sometimes it's a lot easier to find more health conscientious ingredients than others where it's more deep fried oil goodness. But we actually don't, true story, we don't actually fry anything in my house. We have a air fryer now though, so we could have fried food again. But when I switched our diets, that was one thing I was concerned about was like cholesterol, and I didn't want to overdo it with fried foods or anything like that. We don't actually do a lot of starches either, like potatoes and stuff. We don't real typically cook with those. Sometimes we do, because sometimes I'll be like craving a potato. And when that happens, I just get the item that I'm craving, I make it, and there's usually like a reason for that, or I just, and we don't tend to buy a lot of, well, I haven't bought pasta since I've been on this diet, or rice for that matter, because they're very high in carbs, and I'm even in moderation, I just don't. They're fillers normally in a meal. That's the filler portion of the meal to just help you feel full. And I don't see a lot of nutritional benefit from that. So I just don't cook a lot of that. I tend to just go with other things and have more nutritious stuff be my fillers. Plus, I was buying protein chips for a while, but I personally am not a very big chip person. Sometimes I do. I'll crave like a chip or two or whatever, but it's never like a lot. Um, and so I would buy protein chips, and we did find some that taste good. Some taste okay, and some of them are not okay. It's trial and error. But there are good protein chips out there if you do want to have that crunchy goodness, because, some people do. The comfort foods are like so important, though, I feel, especially when you're on a diet, because that's what you're going to crave the most. And my goal is to find healthier versions of the comfort food that taste just as delicious as said whatever comfort food it is, but be good for you. And that's sounds easy, but it's not. And a lot of thought goes into it. And then you can have some of the things that are unhealthy in like moderation. And that is also important, of course. You are going to slip up. I slip up. I had a brownie today. Totally slip up. Um, but you just got to be real about it. Don't lie to yourself and be like, "Oh, I'm defeated. That's it. My diet's all done." That's not. You had a slip up because you are human. You will make mistakes. I make mistakes. Brownie breath. It's actually not brownie breath right now. It's probably asparagus breath. But yes, um, there are things that you can do to help mitigate that and to make the slip ups less. But when you do slip up, it is important that you do not beat yourself up for it. Because, as somebody once said, to err is human. And as a human, you will make an error. You will be in a situation where you're not going to be able to control the food around you. Uh, like if you go to a party and it's a dinner party or whatnot, you're not going to be able to control everything about that. No. And you can't expect the world to cater to you. That's not reasonable. The best thing to do is just acknowledge it's going to happen, eat a very small amount, and be polite. That's all you can do. Things happen, mistakes happen. And then Wally's, that's the scratchy sound, sorry. He really wants us at dinner. But you're just don't beat yourself up, because we all have setbacks. And then you'll also meet like these plateaus where you just stop, no matter how hard you work, how much calories you watch, how much exercise you do, you just stop losing weight, and you just can't seem to lose weight and can't seem to lose weight. And no matter what you do, don't give up, because a lot of people do. And once you get over the plateau, once your body is done adjusting to the weight loss routine, you'll start to lose again. I am proof of that. I've had that happen several times. But truth be told, I am coming from a large number down, and it happens. It was defeating, and I was telling my partner, man, it just feels like I'm getting nowhere, and no matter how hard I try, and I was being realistic. I was saying I had this today was this many calories for the whole day, and I went and did this for my exercise, and I'm just, how is this still, reasonably, why am I still not losing weight? And then it does. It does feel defeating, and it feels like it's not going to get any better, but I promise you, it is just a stepping stone in the path, a tiny pebble. You will get over it. It happens to everybody. It happened a few times to me. It still happens to me from time to time. Uh, don't don't lose hope. It, you just keep going, and just keep going. That's the main thing. I mean, walk when you can, enjoy your beautiful environment, and just enjoy life. Really, that's the main thing. To get healthy, what do you want to achieve? What's your main end goal? To be healthy. And for me, it's to be able to enjoy life and have a better life. And to get that, I need to be like healthy mentally, physically. It is equal hand in hand. And to have it work at a long-term basis, you will need emotional support, and as well as the physical support. I mean, you can get an exercise buddy, and I've heard of that. I'm very shy, so I don't have that per se. But you can't get an exercise buddy if you think that will help you and benefit you. Um, yeah, you can even have somebody be like, I'm really craving this pizza right now. Somebody that you could talk to about it. Why are you craving it? What specifically are you craving about the pizza? Is it the brand of pizza, the type of pizza? It's so many nuances can go with that, and then you can actually start to find out the real reason why you're craving it. It may not even be the pizza; it could be just something else entirely. And sometimes, if you have somebody to talk to about that, that also helps. Nobody's perfect, I guess, is what I want to say, and don't be too hard on yourself. Because to err is human, and we're all human, so we're all gonna err. With that, make sure you drink your water and hydrate. And you're beautiful. All your imperfections are beautiful, because they are what make you you and what make you unique. And with hope, anything is possible. So never give up hope. Till next time. Love you all. Bye.